they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hines, his first carry. A little juke. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Point after here coming up. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Always always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free. Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Hines. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 76 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call? Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field. No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Starkey. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. Everything was right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Hines. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around. A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Starkey. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hines, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To the right side, this is Taylor. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Starkey steps away to his left. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down at 4. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Starkey. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now Jackson on 1st down. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
To throw again is Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Dobbins. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. One more time with Dobbins. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Starkey. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and said,
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Quiddy Pay in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Starkey escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
114 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give for Taylor running right side. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Back to throw. Starkey. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt, and this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So just enough juice to get the 3, and I think that wind at the back helped a little bit there.
Certainly did, and to me that tells me that head coach knows his kicker and realized the wind was at his back. That was probably the outer limits of what he could make, and he knew the wind might be able to aid him and get that ball over the crossbar, and it did.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Jackson will throw again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Walker able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 27, Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his right. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And that'll be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And this is caught at the 8. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
second down. Dobbins, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens draw a bit closer. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Starkey. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. That's taken in by Duvernay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Jackson on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back. Mike 12, Mike 12. No.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Tucker now for the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Second down, another run with Taylor. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Starkey. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Second and 7. Jackson now. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's the fullback, Ricard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. Here's Jackson to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Running left, Taylor. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He'll look to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Taylor. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is